let's talk about how I navigate the world as someone who uses neopronouns, because I've been making my neopronoun sample sentence videos, and they've been really attracting a lot of negative attention. And I feel like there are a lot of assumptions being made about me that are not quite true. So first of all, I just want to say I do also use a standard set of pronouns. I use he, they, in addition to yeehaw. I think that if you're going to use neopronouns, you'll probably have a better experience in life if you pick at least one set of standard pronouns, even they, them, to be okay with, to be like cool with. Because the reality is, and I know this, a lot of people are telling me this, but I am aware that a lot of people in the world will not even remotely try to respect neopronouns. They think it's silly, they think it's dumb, whatever. I know it's not silly and dumb. I'm not going to let that get me down just because there are a lot of people who won't use my pronouns for me. I don't really give a shit about like what random strangers gender me as. Like, I don't get upset when somebody calls me ma'am at the store. Like, I just don't really give a fuck. But when I get to know people personally, and especially people close to me, that's when I'm like, hey, these are my neopronouns. I would prefer to be called yeehaw if possible.
That is the stupidest thing I ever heard of. Jesus Christ.
Just when you thought you've heard all the neopronouns that these people could come up with, that young lady in the first clip comes along and drops yeehaw neopronouns on us. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a fairly quick and slightly crazy weekend clown world update for you guys today, and as usual, we have no time to waste, so let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment. So every now and again here on the channel, we see these extreme body modifications, or body mods, as the cool kids say, as far as tattoos and piercings and such. And I saw this picture of this young lady making its rounds on the interwebs the other day and thought to myself, yeah, that's pretty extreme.
Why? Why would you do that to yourself?
All right, we're going to keep it moving with this clip of the queering of the church. Hey, those are her words, not mine, and apparently she's the Reverend. Now, the Reverend is about to bring up this slightly rotund fella named Gwen, who kind of resembles Rachel Levine, the previous Assistant Health Secretary from the Biden administration. Roll it.
What a gift to be here for who we are, this queering of the church. And now I'd like to invite Gwen forward to read our open and affirming statement.
As an open and affirming congregation, CUCC welcomes all individuals, lesbian, gay, bisexual, heterosexual, queer, questioning, cisgender, asexual, pansexual, transgender, intersex, binary, non-binary, gender fluid, gender queer, bigender, grayscale, cross-dressers, third gender, and sexual and gender identities yet to be known, named, or belonging to other cultures. CUCC welcomes all families, single parents, single people, couples, nuclear and blended families, families without children, extended and chosen families, polyamorous families, and families yet to be known or named. And perhaps most importantly, we welcome all questions. Questions about gender, questions about sexuality, questions about identity and how identity influences our lives and communities.
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
Next up, we have this man on the street interview, and I'd be willing to bet this black fella here goes to the same church that portly fella Gwen was just speaking at. Roll it.
What is your hottest political take?
That trans people are a sign that God is real. Because in the Bible, if we're saying that the body is only a vessel, then trans people are our everyday reminder that the body is a vessel and that there is a greater world and universe spiritually out there that is bigger than our social concepts and norms that pretty much keeps us in prison.
What's your feelings with, obviously, the Trump's executive order declaring that there were only two genders, removing the T from the LGBT and removing it from the Stonewall National Monument's website? What's your feelings on that?
White people don't mind their business. Sorry, I know you're white, but they don't.
That's racist? Next up, we have this young fellow who is starting to realize that employers don't want to hire people that put their pronouns on their resume. Roll it.
Hey, nobody told me it was going to be impossible to find a job in Tennessee if I was trans. Like, at all. I've been applying for a year with my trans pronouns and trans name and everything in between. And no one told me that I was never going to get a fucking interview here because I have it in my resume. I took it out of my resume. I got an interview the next day. I'm working a new job that I've been working for like 2 weeks now as male me because I'm too scared to tell them. What the fuck? It's like I've been fine. Every other state I've lived in, even Ohio, I've been fine. But as soon as I moved down here, and God forbid I have diversity in any part of my resume, I can't find a fucking job.
Suggest you stop whining like a little bitch.
Now, some people claim that these white liberal women are the worst demographic, and this lady pretty much solidifies that with the way she shills for trans women. Roll it.
If you're a woman with an Adam's apple, you're my sister. If you're a woman with a 5 o'clock shadow or a full beard, you're my sister. If you're a woman with a deep voice, you're my sister. If nobody knows yet, you're my sister. If you are still trying to mask as one thing for your own safety, you are my sister. Womanhood is a magical and incredible experience. And it isn't this. Like, this has shaped my experience as a woman, but it is not womanhood. It's not what being a woman is. And I don't need for you to be this or to look a certain way or sound a certain way to acknowledge the woman in you. And anyone who does, including other women who are trans like you, fuck them. Because nobody chooses to fully participate in womanhood unless it is in them. So I know that if that is the choice you've made, not to be a woman, but to live authentically in that, that's pretty fucking badass. That's amazing. And I welcome you to it. I love you. I'm happy to share that with you. And I will do everything I can to make sure that you are safe in that experience. I love you. Have a great day. Bye.
What the hell did you just say?
If you're a woman with an Adam's apple, you're my sister. If you're a woman with a 5 o'clock shadow or a full beard, you're my sister. If you're a woman with a deep voice, you're my sister.
Isn't that what makes a man?
Sure, that and a pair of testicles.
Now, from what we've been seeing, this whole gender identity and trans movement is getting into the rap game. Roll it.
My name is she, her. Sometimes it's they, them. Please don't call me he. Please don't call me him. Just cause my voice is deep doesn't mean nothing.
Just cause his voice is high.
Your song? It's awful. I hate it.
Now, if you ask me, this next individual who is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman is just going for the whole creepy factor because I don't care who you are. This is creepy. Roll it.
Hi, Boomba. How's it going?
Oh, my back hurts.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I woke up and my back hurt too. But you lack a proper back, so how does that work?
I have a spine, Tommy.
Oh, I see. Your stick gets sore. Well, it happens to half of us.
What the f does that mean?
Are you having a nice day?
Once you f off, yes. Some children threw sand in my eyes.
How did that make you feel?
Like nobody sees my true spirit.
Lonely?
It's not funny, you stinky bitch.
Well, if you weren't such an asshole,
stinky bitch.
Maybe you'd have friends.
To eat? Crunchy friends?
Friends.
Crunchy friends?
You don't know what friends are?
A food source?
Don't look at me. Bye.
Maybe that would fall under the category of creepy.
Hey guys, real quick, before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let this loop on the screen. You want to talk about some extreme body modifications or body mods, as the cool kids say, check these folks out. Anyway, today's video is being brought to us by the Etsy store Red Clover Fields. Now, many of you know that is my wife's Etsy store, and she's got some fantastic stuff on her website, stuff I use every day, and I swear by it. So if you're looking to get away from some big pharma products and maybe check out some more natural remedies, definitely go peruse her store. I will put a link to that in the description box below. So once again, today's video sponsor is the Etsy store Red Clover Fields. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. All right, I think we've all seen enough of this circus for one day. Get this off the screen, please. Oof.
I think you're all in the head.
And next up, we have a quick public service announcement from this young black fella. He says, listen to black people. Roll it.
If a black person is telling you something is racist, be quiet. It's not your job to try to explain it away or say, oh, I don't think that person, it does not matter. Just be quiet and go along with your day. If we're saying something racist, it's a 10 out of 10 chance that it is racist, because this is America, and everything in America is racist.
A black guy. Imagine that.
All right, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up with this clip from the Whatever podcast where this lovely young lady says she will not date white men, only black men. Shocking, I know. Anyway, things are clearly getting very crazy out there, guys, so please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time, love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
That's also why I don't date white people. I don't agree with their culture. I don't agree with their standards.
Wait, what do you mean you don't agree? You don't date white people because you don't agree with their culture? What do you mean?
Yes, I don't want to be in America. I don't want to be an American. I don't want to be here. I didn't choose to be here.
What do you mean?
I didn't choose to get born. I didn't choose to be born in America by my own parents.
You said that you don't date white people because you don't agree with white people's culture.
Yes, from the men that I have had pursuing me and their families, their backgrounds, what they believe in, I don't agree with.
The last guy you dated, was he white?
Nope.
You fat bitch.
2, 10, 12, 15. Oops, stepping on a. It's black. Anyway.